Morning, folks, or midday at this point. We're starting off our day at a recommended little pit stop here, kind of a ghost town area that I was recommended to check out because people say they've flipped a lot of stuff out here before. So we're gonna see, anybody's home. Well, after a lovely vehicle snafu on the way down here, which is taken care of for now, but will have to be dealt with when we get home. We've finally arrived in Del Rio and have stopped by next to a little river or stream here that is fed by springs that are right here by the road. And this river is full of, looks like tilapia, plecostomus, largemouth bass, which might be the only native thing here, and some other interesting fish. There's a lot of plecostomus in here though, which is kind of sad to see. Way too many of those guys. But there are fish all over down here. The conditions in the area were not good at all for herping, so I just hung out at this little park for a while. And when I'm on a trip, I usually like to just keep going and going and going and try and find as many things as I can, but sometimes it's good to just stop, look around, enjoy the scenery. Alright, so it's not much yet, but this is by far the biggest wolf spider I have ever seen in my life. I thought it was a tarantula crossing the road. And he's missing a leg too. There's a lot of interesting birds calling out here, and it's like perfect temperature, like 88 degrees. Hoping things will move. No indigos yet, and the sun's falling, so I think maybe tomorrow if we're lucky, but here's hoping something else might be around. Well, at the checkpoint there's some raccoons have decided to cross the road. Way out in the way there. Taking advantage of the bugs being attracted by the lights. Hard to see from this distance, but there they are. Oh yeah, they're getting all the moths. If you're going to get stopped in the middle of the night by Border Patrol setups, then at least it's nice to get stopped by people who are perfectly okay with you pulling out your camera to film the local wildlife while they check your paperwork. Now it's about the worst video we're ever going to have, but that's a possum down at the bottom of the canyon there, staring up at me. And all I can see from way out here is those little dots of eyes down in there. And there's the skunk for you, who's now running down the road. Let's see. Not the greatest view, but you can at least tell what he is. And there he goes. Now, it's not a snake, but it's a cut creature at least. Got a big millipede crawling across the wall here. And hey, if they're out, that means there's at least a little humidity in the air, which is usually a good sign. Also, let's see if... oh, they're gone. There was a big daddy longleg bouncing around right next to him, though. And there's a second big millipede on a different cut. He's even bigger. He's like 6 inches long. That's a good size. A little awkward angle to reach down and try and show a size comparison, but there he is. And there's a car coming. Unfortunately, the extreme heat and lack of immediate moisture meant I found no reptiles at all that night. And through the next day, looking around, same story, into the next evening. Well, there's absolutely nothing else moving right now, so why not? Let's stop for the big tarantula on the road. Another of the big Oklahoma / Texas brown tarantulas. Pretty good sized creature. See a hand for scale there. Oh, he sees me. He's sitting up in a threat posture. That's what they do if they think they're in danger. And then usually they'll turn around and try and kick urticating hairs at you if they continue to be messed with. But we aren't really intending to do much there. We'll just let him keep on going. Try and convince him to go off the road though. Ooh. Maybe not. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, okay. Well, they'll figure it out. Well, I've got to say, the attempt to get down here to Del Rio area to try and find some of the species that just start to make it up into this region has not panned out. By the weather reports, it looks like at the least I might just be a week too early. Temperatures are going to finally cool down next week, of course, after I need to head home. So we've got a couple tarantulas, my first caracaras, which is cool, but I wasn't able to film them, unfortunately. And a lot of encounters with car troubles and bored small-town police with nothing better to do than pull people over for the most minor of little infractions. So, fingers crossed we can pick this back up tomorrow when I head back up into the Trans Pecos region and maybe pull some things out near Marathon. Indeed, on the way back, I decided to stop by the Pecos River near where it dumps into the Rio Grande, take a look around. Did see some other interesting locals. So I've stopped briefly along the Pecos River here, just to kind of get a look around at things, and well, that wasn't quite what I was expecting to see. Some sort of goat species hanging out on the side of the canyon. Whether that's a domestic goat or one of the many invasive species like the axis deer I saw last night, I have no idea. But they are way over there. Oh, looks like domestic goats. And a lot of them. Well, there's finally a snake out here. I don't know what it is, but so with that, there's really only one other rattlesnake species I need to see down here. Although this is a familiar one from up further north where I live. Crotalus viridis. First one in Texas though. Kind of a good thing that he's making his way across the road on his own though, because I think there's a car coming. And we don't want him to get hit. This is kind of the absolute southernmost end of their range around here too. They don't go any further south than this valley. Alright, there he goes. Good. Beautiful. Finally, first snake in 2 days. Oh, that's a scorpion. Okay. Well, so far not much, but... And there he goes. There was a scorpion on this cut that is out in the middle of nowhere. And I have no idea where he's gone now. Oh, there he is. Right in that little crack there. Not a whole lot else right now, though, unfortunately. There he is. I'll check the species in a little bit. He's fast, though. I thought he was a gecko. And check out this freaky rock-dwelling spider flattened against the stone. And who just caught something from the light. It's like a huntsman or something out here. About 2.5 inches across, too, not a small thing. And wicked fast. Hold on, I might be able to scare him out the other side. There he goes. And there we have an unquestionably confirmed young Texas banded gecko, Coleonyx brevis, to compare against the what I think was probably a reticulated gecko last time. Very cool. Unfortunately, I had an encounter with the local rock nettles while catching him. Didn't realize that's what the plant was until too late, but that'll fade away in a few hours, so... Cute little guy, though, and much smaller on average than your reticulated geckos. This guy is not too far from full grown, actually. They will get a little bit bigger, of course. And he's regrowing his tail, too. So that's kind of cool to see. Related to the Sonoran desert geckos we've seen in previous videos. Anyway, we'll get a couple of photos and then release him. Alright, sir. You may go. Still not quite the gecko I was looking for down there, but they're cool nonetheless. So with that and a sighting of a really cool wildflower in the area, I decided to wrap this video up. Alright, so I know that one prairie rattlesnake and one gecko isn't exactly the most exciting end to a rather disastrous video otherwise, but if you're seeing this, that means that the rest of this night has gone a whole lot better and you should check that next video out. Until then, though, as always, if you enjoy seeing wildlife adventures, educational videos and such, please consider helping support us through Patreon or Ko-fi or buying stuff at the website. All the links for those will be down in the video description below. If you'd like to find out more information about stuff, you can find the database and blog on the website at carltoncarnivores.com, or find me on social media where I'm always posting photos, videos, little tidbits, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Carlton Carnivores. But until next time, I'm Hawk and Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.